All right. Welcome back to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Eric Rodriguez, here every Monday through Friday on the GSMC Sports Network, here to talk about professional wrestling at 8 p.m., 11 p.m. Eastern Time. So we talk about things from WWE, AEW, GCW, NWA, Stardom, New Japan Professional Wrestling. If it makes major news wrestling headlines, we talk about it here on the show. So 1,010%, thank you for tuning in. Just kind of reflect on what we talked about real quick. We had our WWE Monday Night Raw review, and now we're going to talk about our WWE NXT preview. So let's go ahead and dig on into that. But before we get started with that, whether if you guys have a burning question or a hot take in terms of professional wrestling, or just something you've been dying to share, we at the GSMC Sports Network are all ears. The show is all about keeping the conversation lively, making sure your voice is part of the mix. So don't be shy and drop those thoughts in the chat. And if you really want to make sure your comment or question gets noticed, why not use that super chat? Hit up that $sign below the chat box and send in your message, and it's guaranteed to be featured on the show. And plus, it's a great way to support our channel. Helps us, kind of keep the lights on in terms of, keep bringing you even more awesome sports entertainment content. We are absolutely 1,010% super grateful for each and every one of you guys who joins us here daily. Your support makes all the difference. So let's keep the conversation going, keep this party going. Send in those super chats, those super stickers, because you guys are super awesome. And together we will make sure this show is bigger, better, and stronger than ever. And if the super chat, that's not your thing, you can still hit up the GSMC podcast.net. Shoot me your comments, questions, and concerns. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Go ahead and Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show. Follow the show. Follow the network. Also, here at the GSMC Sports Network, we do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity 1,010%. But obviously, criticisms are welcome as well. Feedback is a gift. All in all, we just want to make sure this podcast is super awesome for, the audience members. So don't be, too shy to drop in those thoughts or chats or opinions. And, just make the show a lot better. All right, so we have WWE NXT preview for tonight. First and foremost, we have a match between Julia and Chelsea Green. Julia, ever since coming onto the scene in WWE, a lot of, speculations about the future. She was really big in independent wrestling circuit. I feel like WWE is super, super lucky to have her. Chelsea Green also. Chelsea Green, she takes the limelight. It's like one of those superstars where on television, in front of the camera, people don't really, kind of take her seriously. Inside the ring, she does produce pretty good matches. I don't know if WWE will eventually, push Chelsea Green. I ultimately thought she was going to be the one to win the Money in the Bank briefcase for the women's side. Obviously, you kind of saw Tiffany Stratton. The moment she won that, I knew I kind of put that idea to bed. But overall, I do, I respect Chelsea Green. Whenever she does come out, all eyes are on her. Her opponents are, she pisses them off. She gets the fans into it, and I don't know. I think she's very special, but she's not going to win tonight. Would be a hell of a shocker. I would, give like a 1% chance that maybe she might pull the upset. But Julia, she's highly favored to be like kind of the next star in WWE NXT, and especially with this collaboration. With this collaboration between TNA, you're going to see a lot of wrestling talent that seems kind of new to WWE, but I feel like it's kind of overall better for the product, especially if you're going to the CW. You kind of have to learn how to stand on your own legs, so to speak. So, Julia, it's going to get a big push. I definitely think she's going to pick up the dub tonight against Chelsea Green. Next, Ridge Holland takes on Duke Hudson. This is a match that's been brewing for months. I don't really see why, the promo, I guess, Ridge Holland tried so hard to get the approval of basically everybody. Riley Osborne, obviously, you got it from Thea Hale, Duke Hudson, and then just to win the tag team titles and Nathan Fraser's reign ending, just for Nathan Fraser and Axiom's, title reign to begin again at WWE NXT No Mercy. And then you see Ridge Holland just, bust a lid, like just absolutely went bonkers, destroyed all of Chase U. So it should be interesting to find out where his character development heads tonight. I definitely think he does pick up the victory against Duke Hudson. but this is gonna get personal. I feel like this is gonna be, this isn't the first of Ridge Holland fighting, fighting all of Chase U. I feel like maybe Pete Dunn might reunite with Ridge Holland. This could possibly be like a new tag team that's a heel. Because in the tag team division, there's a couple of tag teams that seem like they're neutral. There's a couple of tag teams that are, seem like they're babyface, like Chase U, Nathan Fraser and Axiom, and new Hank and Tank are coming as well. And then, for the bad guys, the OC. I don't really see the OC as like, heels in the tag team division on NXT. But I don't know, it just seems they need like someone that are, dominant forces. Every single time they come on the camera, you're like, oh, great, these guys are going to win. But because they're going to win, I hate them. And the way their confidence is like, it seems like the right book. It really does seem like the right booking to kind of have these guys come back together. But speaking of Pete Dunne, he has himself a last man standing match against Trick Williams. Pete Dunne already yesterday he fought in a fatal four-way match to determine the number one contender for Braun Breaker's WWE Intercontinental Championship. So he's gonna have some fatigue. Definitely gonna have some fatigue. I can see that. Trick Williams. He's kind of in a hole right now between him and Pete Dunne. You know, Overall, Trick Williams, I feel like he's going to win this match. I feel like he's definitely going to be the next one to challenge Ethan Page for the championship. I think this is the number one contenders match. If I'm not too concerned, or if I'm not too far off here. Um, but overall, I feel like on the first episode of the CW of NXT, I want to see Trick Williams, get a shot at his championship once again. That's where I would, that's where I would put my booking. Pete Dunne, he's kind of floating back and forth between Monday Night Raw and NXT. I can't really put my finger on him. I can't really, I thought Pete Dunne coming to NXT, he was going to get a big push. Turns out, he loses, and then he doesn't, then he starts losing on Raw, and then it just kind of goes, the momentum kind of gets shot down there a little bit. But yeah. Next, we have an NXT Tag Team Championship match between the Supersonic Duo and the Street Profits. Obviously, the Rascals will not be fighting the Street Profits. Will not be fighting, Nathan Fraser and Axiom. This week, we have the Street Profits from WWE Monday Night Raw. Which would, if they pick up the titles here tonight, to be honest, I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it. Right now, the Street Profits are on SmackDown, more or less to kind of be, I don't want to say the punching bag of this new young bloodline, and which I feel like they won those WWE tag team titles way too fast in their WWE career. You're putting all the gold back onto the bloodline. I don't know. It doesn't seem like they really fit on WWE SmackDown as of late. So them on WWE NXT, this could open up possibilities for them. 1,000, even K-Fab as well. This could be big. This could be very big for the Street Profits if they pick up the victory tonight. And lastly, we have a TNA Knockouts World Champion Jordynne Grace hosts an open challenge. This is no, sorry. We have an NXT Heritage Cup Championship match. Charlie Dempsey takes on the young OG Javon Evans. I feel like Ren Sinclair kind of got Charlie Dempsey in this mess. She's going to try to find herself a way to kind of get him out of it. I feel like he's going to retain. I love Javon Evans, and I think he's a young rising star. But he's going to put on a damn good match, and he's been doing that lately. Just because he doesn't have a title belt, an NXT brand title belt around his waist, doesn't necessarily mean that he's not a great wrestler, because he is. And he's learning fast. He's getting good at his bookings. He very rarely misses his spots. He's a high flyer. He's a technical wrestler as well. This guy is, WWE fan born into a superstar. And that's something that you see every single week on NXT on Tuesday nights. So, love Javon Evans, but I have Charlie Dempsey, picking up this dub tonight. All right, lastly, we have Jordynne Grace. Who will challenge Jordynne Grace? My thoughts were Natalya. I thought Natalya has a pretty good chance. Lyra Valkyria. I love Lyra Valkyria. Last week on TNA, you saw her have an open challenge, and then you saw Carmen Petrovic answer the challenge as well. I think they're gonna stick to NXT superstars. It'd be kind of kind of redundant to have a TNA superstar kind of jump onto the mix. Um, I I doubt Charlotte Flair returns tonight, but that is also up in the moniker as well. Also, Asuka could possibly be making her way back to WWE. She could Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss comes back in NXT. Would be huge. Would be 1,010% great for her career. Be great for NXT. I feel like her, pushing and being featured on TNA, part time that could be big. It could be big for NXT. Chances are, slim to none tonight for Alexa Bliss to make her return to WWE to challenge for that Jordynne Grace's championship. Because man, that would be a first big match. That's why I'm thinking maybe it's like a bigger superstar. I thought maybe perhaps, and I don't want anybody like from the Fatal Attraction. No, not Fatal. What is it? Damn it. The Fatal uh, JC Jane, Fallon Henley, and Jasmine Nix. I don't want to see Fallon Henley go after it. I kind of want to see maybe somebody along the lines of like Natalia, maybe Lola Vice, perhaps, maybe. But I don't know. It should be interesting. I also kind of thought maybe somebody from the Pure Fusion Collective will fight as well. People are, thinking maybe Shayna Baszler might, challenge Jordynne Grace. Who knows? But overall, it should be an awesome episode of NXT. I have it taped right now. Can't wait to watch it, of course, after having a podcast with you, lovely people first. So, yeah, speaking of Charlotte Flair, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about WWE's plan for Charlotte Flair's return. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to give my opinions about it, state if that's what I would do. And yeah, so we're going to dig on into the subject matter when we come back. So, hey, do not go anywhere.